It's a quiet Tuesday morning. Margaret, 72 years old, walks to her mailbox like she does every day. She picks up the bills, the grocery flyers, and one official-looking envelope from the Social Security Administration. She glances at it. The numbers inside look strange, scary even, so she does what so many seniors do. She sets it aside. She tells herself, I'll deal with it later. It's probably a mistake, or maybe a scam. 3 months later, Margaret checks her bank account on the 3rd of the month, and her Social Security deposit is half a kind of what it should be. Her heart drops, her rent is due, her medications are due, and she has no idea why the government just took $1,000 out of her check. That envelope she ignored, it wasn't a scam, it was a notice of overpayment. And right now, it is quietly draining the bank accounts of thousands of American retirees. Hello, my friend. I am Jocelyn, a senior policy analyst, and for years I have helped retirees just like you understand the rules that the government does not explain clearly. Today, I am going to walk you through exactly what this hidden letter is, what the brand new 2025 rule says, and the 4 legal rights in cut you have to protect your monthly check. Rights that the Social Security Administration will not call you on the phone to remind you about. And please, stay with me until the end of this video, because there is one specific mistake, trap number 4, that thousands of seniors are making right now. They confuse 2 government forms that look almost identical, and that single mistake is causing their appeals to be denied and their checks to be cut in half. I do not want that to happen to you. So let's go through this together, calmly, step by step. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 67 years old. He retired from a small manufacturing job in Ohio. He is careful with his money. He balances his checkbook every Sunday. He is the kind of man who reads every word on a contract before he signs it. Robert started collecting Social Security at 65. For 2 years, everything was fine. His check arrived on time every month, like clockwork. Then one day, Robert picked up some part-time work at a hardware store, just 20 hours a week, a little extra income for groceries and gas. He thought, I am past my full retirement age. I can earn whatever I want. And he was right about that part. But here is what Robert did not know. The Social Security Administration receives wage information from employers and the IRS, and sometimes because of timing, paperwork, or a clerical mistake on their end. The system calculates the wrong benefit amount. For 8 months, Robert received $140 too much every month. That is over $1,100 in overpayment, and Robert had no idea. Then the letter arrived, a notice of overpayment. The number on the page made his stomach turn. Robert thought, this must be a scam. The Social Security people would have called me, so he threw it in a drawer. 90 days later, Robert's monthly check was cut by 50%. And because he missed his 30-day window to respond, Social Security started collecting that money automatically, while he was still trying to figure out what was happening. Robert was not a careless man. He was not a foolish man. He simply did not know that the letter was real, that the clock was ticking, and that he had 4 legal rights. He could have used the moment he opened that envelope. That is the Robert trap, and I am going to make sure it does not become your trap. Let's slow down and look at exactly what the Social Security Administration is doing right now, and why. The core rule. By federal law, the Social Security Administration is required to recover any benefit payment that was made in excess of what you were entitled to receive. That is in their official publication, EN 051098. Whenever this happens, they mail you a Notice of Overpayment. The notice tells you the amount, the cause, and how they plan to recover it. The rule that changed 3 times in 13 months now, here is where things get serious. Pay close attention. In March of 2024, the default withholding rate was just 10%. If you were overpaid, they would only take 10% of your check until the debt was paid back. That was manageable. Then on March 27th, 2025, the rule changed overnight. The Social Security Administration announced that new overpayments would be recovered at 100%, meaning your entire check could be withheld. That caused a public outcry. So 1 month later, on April 25th, 2025, the Social Security Administration issued an emergency message, and I am quoting directly from their official policy archive. Effective April 25th, 2025, overpayment notices will provide a default Title II overpayment benefit withholding rate of 50% of the monthly benefit. So today, in 2026, if you receive a notice of overpayment for your retirement or survivor benefits, the default high rate is half of your monthly check. For the average retiree receiving about $2,000 a month, that is roughly $1,000 gone every single month until the debt is paid back. If you receive supplemental security income or SSI, your default rate is still 10%. That part did not change. The 4 traps. Now let me show you the 4 mistakes seniors are making right now. Trap number 1, it must be a scam. I'll throw it away. Reddit forums are filled with seniors reporting overpayment notices from $5,000 all the way up to $39,000. The numbers are so shocking that many seniors assume it is fraud mail. But ignoring the letter does not pause anything. The recovery clock starts the moment that letter is dated. Trap number 2, missing the 30-day protection window. This is critical. The Social Security Administration's own website says, if you ask for a waiver or appeal within 30 days, we won't collect the money until we decide on your request. 30 days, that is your shield. Miss it, and they can start cutting your check while your case is still being reviewed. Trap number 3, assuming it's not my fault means no repayment. Many seniors think, well, this was their mistake. I don't owe anything. But a waiver is not automatic. You must file Form SSA 632BK and you must prove 2 things. That the overpayment was not your fault, and that paying it back would cause real financial hardship. Trap number 4, confusing appeal with waiver. This is the one I warned you about. These are 2 completely different rights with 2 completely different forms. If you believe the overpayment is wrong, they made a math error, the dates are wrong, the amount is wrong, you file Form SSA 561U2, Request for Reconsideration. That is an appeal. If you agree the overpayment happened, but you cannot afford to pay it back, you file Form SSA 632BK, Request for Waiver. That is a waiver. File the wrong one, and your case gets delayed for months while the money keeps coming out of your check. Your 4 legal rights. Now here is the good news. You have 4 legal rights that the Social Security Administration must honor. Right number 1, the right to reconsideration. File Form SSA 561U2 within 60 days of receiving the notice. Right number 2, the right to a waiver. File Form SSA 632BK. There is no hard deadline, but file it within 30 days to freeze collection automatically. Right number 3, the right to a lower repayment rate. File Form SSA 634, the request for change in overpayment recovery rate. If 50% of your check would leave you unable to afford food, rent, or medication, you can ask them to take less. Right number 4, the right to a personal conference. Before any withholding begins, you can request an in-person or phone conference with a Social Security representative to present your evidence. According to AARP, the notice itself generally gives you about 90 days to take action. But please, do not wait 90 days. Use that 30-day window. It is your strongest protection. What happens if you do nothing? If you ignore the letter, 4 things can happen. 1, automatic 50% withholding on every check until the debt is gone. 2, the Treasury Offset Program. Social Security can refer your debt to the U.S. Treasury, which can then seize your federal tax refund to pay it back. 3, you lose your right to appeal. Miss the 60-day window and you can no longer dispute whether the overpayment is correct. You can only beg for a waiver or a lower rate. 4, and this is the cruelest part, the SOX 2026 Medicare Part B premium just rose to $202.90 per month, deducted directly from your Social Security check. So a senior under a 50% recovery loses half the check first, and then Medicare takes another $200 out of what remains. That is the double hit, and that is why this letter is so dangerous when it is ignored. So let's talk about exactly what you should do. 3 clear steps. Write them down if you can. Step 1. Open every letter from the Social Security Administration the day it arrives. I cannot say this enough. If the envelope says Social Security Administration and the return address is a government address, open it immediately. Read every line. Look for the words Notice of Overpayment. Look for the Auni de Aunwi at the top of the letter. That is when your 30-day clock starts ticking. If you are not sure whether the letter is real, call the Social Security Administration directly at 800-772-Y1213 or log into your personal account at ASAGov My Account. Never trust a phone number printed on a suspicious letter. Always go to the official website yourself. Step 2. File the correct form within 30 days. Ask yourself one simple question. Do I think the overpayment is wrong, or do I just think I cannot afford to pay it back? If you think it is wrong, file form SSA 561 U2 request for reconsideration. You have 60 days, but file it within 30 to freeze collection. If you agree it happened, but cannot afford to repay, file form SSA 632 BK. Request for waiver, and if both apply, you can request a lower repayment rate using form SSA 634. You can download every one of these forms for free at ssa.gov/forms. Mail them to your local Social Security office and keep a copy for yourself. Step 3. Document everything and get help if you need it. Make a simple folder. Put the original letter in it. Put a copy of every form you mail. Write down the date, the time, and the name of every Social Security employee you speak to. If the numbers feel overwhelming, you do not have to face this alone. Free help is available from your local senior legal aid office, from AARP's free benefits counselors, and from your state health insurance assistance program, also called SHIP. You earn these benefits over a lifetime of work. You have every right to fight for them. My friend, I want to be honest with you. Rules like this one, the 50% withholding rule, the new 2026 Medicare premium, the changes to overpayment recovery, they are changing faster than YouTube can notify you about them. The Social Security Administration changed this single rule 3 times in 13 months. And most seniors only find out after their check has already been cut. That is why I do not want you to rely only on YouTube notifications. Please, click the link in the description below this video and join our Global Senior Alerts official WhatsApp channel. It is completely free. The moment you join, you will be able to download our Senior Benefits Protection Guide, a free PDF that walks you through every form, every deadline, and every right we covered today. And just as important, you will receive real-time alerts the moment a new rule changes. Social Security updates, pension law changes, bank rules, insurance policy shifts, new TSA travel rules for seniors. You will hear it from us first before it ever shows up on the evening news. You worked your whole life for these benefits. Do not let one ignored envelope take them away. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who is on Social Security. It might be the most important thing they read this month. Until next time, this is Jocelyn, reminding you to stay informed, stay protected, and never face the system alone. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.